Booth is here.
Hello.
Good morning.
I'm trying not to sneeze. If I do, I'm sorry in advance.
Now
We're prepared.
We're all here. We have a lot to talk about with Lazy Boy, but if you don't mind, I'd like to step in just to thank Lazy Boy for transforming my dining room. Tommy Mack, since we were last on the air together, Tommy Mack, I guess you call it an installation? Where you
Setup.
A setup.
You
Where
were
you-
set up. Oh, there it is.
It's called an intervention.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, now we're showing pictures on, if you go to the News Radio 710 WNTM Facebook page, you are seeing the dining room that Tommy Mack put together for me.
Okay, so now.
Yay.
Hey, girl.
Good.
Yeah, but this,
So what all did Tommy bring?
well, Tommy Mack, I went for over a year with an empty room. It was 18 months with no furniture in the dining room at all.
I recall.
There,
Using
there it is.
at an angle, using just TV trays.
Yes.
And finally made the call to Lazy Boy and Tommy Mack. We went through the same process we went through with our first house call, where Tommy asked me how I wanted to use the room, how I wanted it to feel, all of that. He was able to tie it into my living room, in that the wood of the dining room table is the same wood that I have in the living room.
Awesome.
I have a chest in there, so it's the same type of, I think that's a pine.
It is.
And then he also came up with the different works of art.
That's what I was
on the
going to
wall.
ask. So, because we talk about the layers of design, and so you layered him up good.
We layered it wonderfully well. Uncle Henry supplied us with the floor, the ceiling, the walls, and the windows.
Which is really all you need.
That's all you need. You don't even need that many. But anyway.
You can work with that.
Yes. And found him a fantastic table, very diversified. It's in the a vintage pine, very farmhouse, trestle style with the crisscross base, very heavy, very sturdy, and it actually has leaves that hide themselves underneath the table for his big, incredible.
You don't have to hide those under the bed or in the closet. They're under the table. Oh, that's fabulous.
They
I love
stay.
that.
They remain
Always together.
attached to the table.
Have you ever scrambled looking for a leaf for a table when you got company coming? Where did I put that thing?
And then
That's
it
wonderful.
fades differently than
Yeah,
the rest.
right.
And for seating, the tall ladder-back chairs, which he selected, and have a wonderful cushion that's done in a mattress-ticking neutral stripe. Then on the wall, we have one large mirror done with an it's not up there. Done with
You are.
a warmed. That's worse than any mirror.
Oh, my.
Done with some wonderful, really worn, weathered wood in a deeper tone. Then on the opposite of that, of the window, we have two. They're more like sculptures, but they do have a mirror reflective in the back, and they're made out of the pine as well. And then a wonderful piece that I think is so incredible on the wall. It's oars.
I love that. That was the first thing my eye
Aren't
went
they
to,
incredible?
the oars.
They tell a story of the Bay and
Well,
Uncle Henry.
But the truth is, the reality is that you had shown those to Uncle Henry for the living room, and it just didn't work out. But it had been such a big piece, such a hit, that you were able to come back and integrate it into the dining room.
And it works
add it
wonderfully in that dining room.
It
Yes.
does. It really
Yeah.
does.
And then we have a rug and the natural jute, but it has a pattern on it.
Oh.
So it has some varying tones on it, which relate to the jute that we have in his living room. And now, it actually has a fantastic handmade wooden bowl for the table. It just has not yet
En
arrived.
route.
It's en route. It's very, very special.
Okay,
Well-
so the mirrors are to help give the room more space.
Yes, enlighten and brighten, and it's actually when someone is sitting with their back toward the room with the television, they'll have a view. You have.
I
they can
asked. I
peep
said,
around, he sat down
I
and
want to be
tried
able to
it out.
see the football
You're
game.
going to pretend that you're paying attention to your friends. You're actually watching the game. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
absolutely.
A
Okay.
little
Doing the same
honesty.
thing.
So it's a very
Doing the same
practical
thing.
room.
And as
Okay.
you enter that room, you see into a mirror and you think, "Oh wow, let's go to that room too." But it's really the room behind you.
Right. But it does
It
give you that
really
feeling of more
does.
space.
Opens
the
up the
light
space.
is huge,
It opens
especially
it up, yeah.
in a lot of
Wonderful.
houses where the windows don't necessarily provide light, natural light. This helps reflect it, so that's pretty cool.
Now, I had family come over after Tommy Mack did the
You've
setup.
already used the table with guests.
I had family
so
come over.
Without the wooden bowl.
I
I
had one family member
they're
say
used to TV trays.
they looked at everything, they were very impressed, and they said it looks like HGTV did your dining room.
Oh, better than that. Lazy Boy did your dining room.
That's what I said. That's what I
That
said.
is a cowabunga. Thank you, Mary.
And that's the thing is, you, the listener, this was not done just special for me. This can be done for you. This can be done for anybody that comes in and asks for this service.
That's what we do. We come in and we meet you in the store and we get to know you, get to know about your room. And when we have the opportunity to go into your room, we really see the space, how you work with it now, how you live with it, and how you want to live with that space. Because there may be changes, and then we have ideas of pieces to bring in and love to incorporate pieces that mean a lot to you that function well in the room already. Uncle Henry's was just empty.
It
Thankfully.
was. And
That's the most fun.
it was. And I asked I wanted it to look a certain way, but also wanted stuff I couldn't tear up.
That's absolutely true.
Oh, that's huge, especially with families. And the
Yes.
quality of Lazy Boy furniture is just amazing.
And the kind of people Uncle Henry, tends to socialize
Well, you
with.
never
I mean,
know. I just wanted stuff I could not, that was going to mask any kind of mishap that I might have with the furniture. It just looks. You always said like a picture out of a magazine. Didn't that look like a
Yes,
picture out of a
absolutely.
magazine?
Much of the bowl gets in there. It's very organic. Hello, Daria. It's wood, very organic, a lot of varying shades. It's exciting.
We call chairs that aren't sturdy in dining rooms at our house suicide chairs.
Well, these are very sturdy. Uncle Henry is.
But you say that. I went over to a relative's house for a party, and there was this one chair. They said, don't sit in that. And someone didn't get the memo. So, there's always that one. But that's what I love about Lazy Boy. The quality is just tremendous. And even the fabrics with Lazy Boy, you have it to commercial grade fabric. So, the wear and tear that my family would give it, it can withstand it.
Hardworking.
It really
Leathers
is.
and
That
fabrics.
that wood, that table, and along with that chest in the living room,
Yes.
they're going to be with me. They're going to be around after I'm gone.
Oh, they're generational.
They really are.
Yes.
They really are.
I'm with you if you want.
You may put my name on. Did I not put a sticker with my name on them?
You did not do that. But again, people hear this, that they think it might be a special thing. You do this every day for people.
We do. We love doing it every day for people. Any room we do, living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms. I always joke with Daria that we have some pieces that work well in a laundry room. We can jazz up a laundry room. You need storage. Absolutely. Yes, it's wonderful.
You don't want to necessarily, but but yeah, you can take any room in the house and make it better.
We do. Even the foyer, because that's where you walk in. That's where you want to wow. You really do.
Yeah.
That's
Tells
it.
you a story.
A little secret is if you get your foyer right, you can really get away with a lot of sin.
That's good.
First
That's a
impact,
good
that memory
secret.
stays.
All right. Well, we need to take a quick break. We'll come back with more from Lazy Boy, Cowabunga.
Cowabunga!
Summer is here, and the time to ride is now. Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson is having an orange and black tag sale on all of their pre-owned inventory. Now's your chance to save thousands on that motorcycle you've been dreaming about. Come by and take in all the glory that their newly designed showroom has to offer, and accessorize yourself along with your bike. They've got it all. Follow them on Facebook or online at MobileBayHarley.com to keep up with their upcoming events. Because at Mobile Bay Harley, there's always a party.
I'm Uncle Henry, a customer of Heads Heating and Air Conditioning. I've used them for maintenance and for when my old system went out on me. Last year, I asked them to turn to the experts, Carrier, and replace my old natural gas furnace with a Carrier 95% high-efficiency unit. And so I had a cozy, warm home last winter with lower heating bills, and I'm looking forward to a cool home this summer with that new system. Carrier, high-efficiency natural gas, and Heads Heating and Air Conditioning make a great team. Did you know they've got financing available at 0% interest for up to 60 months? You can't beat 0% on a new system. What a great combo. Carrier, natural gas, Heads Heating and Air Conditioning, and financing at 0% interest for up to 60 months. So turn to the experts, Carrier, and call Heads Heating and Air Conditioning. The number is 251-653-7873. 251-653-7873. See if you qualify for that great deal on 0% interest.
Heads Heating and Air Conditioning, where 3 heads are better than 1.
iHeartRadio with a message from the British Red Cross.
In response to the attack at the Manchester Arena last month, we launched the We Love Manchester Emergency Fund with Manchester City Council and supported by Manchester Evening News. The funds raised are supporting people who have been injured or bereaved by the attack. To donate, you can visit the website www.redcross.org.uk/love.
Back here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Keep in mind you can watch this hour live on the News Radio 710 WNTM Facebook page. Bess is here from Lazy Boy, Cowabunga.
Cowabunga!
Tom,
Kahuna for summertime.
Tommy Mack is here. Daria and Mary from Mix 99. And I was just talking in the first segment about how happy I am with the dining room I just had done by Lazy Boy with the help of Tommy Mack, and how my family, I mean, they really think it looks incredible.
It does. It's impressive.
Now, Mary, you just the last month or so had the same type of experience where Lazy Boy came in and did something in your living room.
Daria came to my house and I didn't clean it up. I got to, you know, you guys always say,
rules.
don't clean it up. Don't, you know.
We live in the real world.
And
We
you
live
needed
here.
to see how I
This
live.
is not a TV show. We actually live here.
But Daria came, and the one thing I wanted more than anything else was a sofa, because my old sofa was just uncomfortable. I mean, the kids loved to flop on it, and they had flopped it to death. And I couldn't get comfortable on it. It actually hurt my back to sit on this sofa. And no, it was not Lazy Boy. I thought I'll go ahead and put
we
that
don't
disclaimer.
have to talk about that anymore.
Anyway,
Grace has been granted.
It went to Scuba, and he was not allowed to bring it back at the end of the school year. So it's somewhere in East Mississippi.
torturing poor innocent victims.
They're in
bystanders.
college. Hello. But the sofa that we got, Daria, I went to the store in Spanish Fort and did the Goldilocks thing where I found the sofas.
Fanny check,
Yeah. You find the one that you go, oh, that looks good. It's like, oh, that doesn't quite fit right. And then that one looks good, but oh. And then you find the one that, Ray, I'm not leaving the sofa. You can just pick me up with the sofa and take me out of the store. Right. It was wonderful. And to find out that it had a recliner on each end was perfect. Last night, okay, Mike came home for just a short break for baseball.
Nice.
And what was so great was we were watching TV. Ray was in his recliner because we went ahead and, updated and upgraded his recliner, got him a new recliner when we got the sofa. He was relaxing. Mike just looked around and pulled up the recliner on his end of the sofa. I pulled up the recliner on my end of the sofa, and it was perfect. And then the dog hopped up in our laps, and could it be any better than that?
Heaven.
It was just great. I fell asleep there. It was so good. And unlike my former sofa, the one that shall forever remain in Scuba, Mississippi, my neck didn't hurt when I woke up because I was reclining in a Lazy Boy sofa, and it just felt so good. Even the dog's happy. He feels better.
Sleep tested.
Yeah, it is sleep. Well, hello, let's face it. At this time of our lives, half the time we fall asleep in the recliner, right?
A Lazy Boy design especially for you.
Yes.
By Daria.
Yes. And we have more lighting in the room. We got a lamp. We got a table. A new rug that was bigger and just fits the room so much better. Just pulled everything together. But the main thing is there's no more flopping on the sofa in my house. There's comfort. And everybody has their spot. And it was just wonderful.
And it should tell your story.
Our story is we like to recline and fall asleep that way.
Hello. It fits your family. You can all see the TV. You can all get to the kitchen.
You can all relax. Yeah, no one's fighting over who's sitting where.
Right? Who gets the recliner? Who gets the
spot's
recliner?
Reserved.
Right.
There should never be Daddy's chair,
Daddy's
or there's
chair.
only one recliner,
Yes.
because Lazy Boy, you have so many different styles of recliners that you can find the perfect style to fit everyone's taste. Everyone has the right to recline.
And you're
You're
correct
right
on that.
I
You're
think
absolutely right.
I mean, don't you?
Thank
think?
you. Thank you,
Don't you think everyone has the right to recline, Uncle Henry?
Well, why live if you can't recline?
Well, why should there only be one recliner in a household and everybody fights over it? It's like, oh, wait, I can sit in the recliner till Daddy gets home.
Yeah.
What? You know.
Daddy's home.
Yeah, it's everybody up. Yeah, I mean, how many years did we do that? You know?
Several.
Yeah, when
Several.
growing up, that's what we
Yeah.
did. You know, Dad had the recliner. That was it. But now, everyone can recline. Everyone can be comfortable.
Exactly.
Everyone has a place, and there's no more flopping. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's right. It's a good story.
Thank you,
But,
Mother Mary.
but having Dario come in was so cool because you measured everything, so we knew ahead of time everything was going to fit. And you showed us on the board, that wonderful board, and tell us about it, at the store.
We're able to put everything on CAD and on a large TV that we have in the showroom. All showrooms have it, and the designers were able to. You can really envision what the room's going to look like. That's hard for a lot of people sometimes to visualize what it's going to look like.
I don't
you know?
visualize well.
Well, and that's real common. That's one of the most common. I just can't see,
See it. Yeah.
I need to be able to see what's going on.
And then they're scared to pull the trigger. But then when they get to see it, then they're finally so tired of trying to get this room right that it comes together and they see it, and that really makes a difference, I think. And I think you experienced that as well.
Oh,
that
absolutely.
When you and your husband saw it.
That was the key. When Ray saw it,
Yeah.
you know, I could have told him, hey, well, you know, Darius says this would look good here, and Darius says this would
Yeah.
look good there. But when he saw it, he looked, he said, can we do this? Like all of it? And I was like, yeah.
Right.
And you gave us options. You know, we didn't have to do all of it. But once we saw how it fit,
Yes.
that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you can take a piece out and say, well, if we do it this way, this is how it looks, or if we do it this way. And it's so much easier than rearranging the furniture when you get it in your house. You know, when you buy a piece of furniture, you go, I think it's going to fit here, and it doesn't, then you have to rearrange
Moving it all
everything.
around, yeah.
Using that, you showed exactly where it fit. And we even said, okay, would this fit here, and would this fit there? And she showed us. So that's cool.
And how does this work and why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a
Yes.
lot of whys in there.
That's
this is
true.
good for you because, and this is why. This
Well,
is
I mean,
why this
you have to
works.
take into things we don't think about, you know, whether it's the 7 layers of design from the floor up, or it's the traffic pattern of how do you get from here to there. Like Uncle Henry, you know, you're going to go through that room. Everybody's going through that room to the kitchen, right?
Right.
So you have
Yeah,
to.
and function's another part of it. So.
Function's
Besides
a huge
pretty.
part of it.
Yeah, function's huge, and then we like a little pretty.
We love a little bit.
Hence the bowl for Uncle Henry.
The bow.
Hence the bowl.
We love a lot of pretty.
But I think that
We're all about the pretty.
I think the one thing a lot of people don't understand is that Lazy Boy is about a whole lot more than just recliners. And when you look at Uncle Henry's dining room and you see that you did the rug, you did the table, you did the chairs, you did the artwork, you did the mirrors, I mean, that's huge.
And,
Lazy
and
boy.
people compliment, sorry to interrupt you, but people compliment the accessories as much as they do the actual recliners, because they're saying, where did you get this? Because it's something they don't see anywhere else.
And
Wait a
our,
second.
go ahead.
1, 2, 3.
That's the start.
No, I just was going to say Lazy Boy is really about the home. You know, it's all about your house, your home, turning that into a home, a place that you come back to at the end of the day that is welcoming and a reflection of who you are. And it's across the board. It's all of it.
I was going to say that art is very conversational in a dining room. We chit-chat while we're eating, gathering with family and friends. So it's interesting for everyone to have their own interpretation. Simply oars stacked on that painting, but then oh no, that's not what it means. Oh, it means such and such. So that's a wonderful piece to have art in a dining room. It's great throughout a house, and it gives you reflects your personality.
And of course, there are rules about hanging art.
What are they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you share a little bit of that, or is that a trade secret?
Don't go up to the crown mold.
That's
a good one.
Do people really
you
put
want to
stuff
keep
up
it
that
in
high?
scale.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
scale
want
is
to keep it in
important.
scale, the scale of the room. You want to keep everything kind of, unless you go oversized for a specific impact or undersized for another impact. But but the general rule is scale. Swan, your turn.
Eye level, I think the height, I think
Yeah.
a lot of mistakes
Yeah.
made is that people hang art too high, or they
Yeah.
don't hang it with that incorporates the architecture in
Yeah.
the room, whether it should be vertical or horizontal, and whether it's connected to some of the seating groups.
That's right. What's
And let
yours?
it be something that speaks to you.
Yeah.
You live there. You're going to
Personalized,
see
yeah.
it.
Right. It's
You
more than
wa-
just splashes of color on a wall.
Oh, absolutely. And if you love splashes of color on the wall,
Well, that's
but
your
as long
thing,
as it's
yeah.
right, speaks to you. It can be a subject matter of somewhere you've traveled, or if you love flowers, you love something of nature.
And I think the other thing about that is one of the largest mistakes that I see in houses is, things get so spread out, there's no impact. So to bring them together and create a story, almost a mosaic on your wall, is very powerful. If your eyes going like an object to space, an object to space, an object to space, it's very nerve-wracking. It's very unsettling. Like you don't know what to see. You're going back and forth. If you pull them together, and there are rules about that, about size, frame, color, how to do that, and of course we have all those rules. Be glad to share.
Well, that's the thing. You guys know what we don't. I mean, that's your thing. I'm not really good with spaces. I'm not good with colors and textures and.
You're good with radio.
You are.
I can talk all day long. That's not
Really
a problem.
good with
But when it comes to saying, does this painting go with the sofa? Daria walked right in and she said, okay, this material matches with this and this goes with this and this one wouldn't look so good, so let's not go there, and help me narrow down the options, because you got a few colors and patterns and textures when it comes to recliners and sofas. But there were 800 and something online.
I think so.
And when you go,
That's not including leather.
Right.
so that it can be overwhelming.
Awesome.
It can it can be. It is overwhelming
Right.
for any of us when we look at all our options. But when you look at a space, you see, okay, immediately your mind narrows to the options that you think would fit the best, and that's where I needed you.
Or even more than color and fabric is the prefixes for the frames that Lazy Boy has, which means like how many prefixes are there, like reclining sofa, power reclining sofa, reclining love seat, rocking reclining love seat with console, reclining love seat without console, stationary sofa, stationary love seat, power chair, swivel, oscillating headrest, 4-power, 81HR. There are 67 prefixes for furniture.
Wow.
And that's just Lazy Boy upholstered furniture. That's not tables, lamps, accessories. Those are just that's the extent of our collection of furniture to fit you.
So that's why you come in and say, how do you want to use this room? What do you want to do? And you're basically asking, do you want to swivel? Do you want to recline?
Let's talk about you. Let's talk about
Do you need a chair to fix the stresses of the day?
Yes.
And Mary, you mentioned so many fabrics online, but you also just mentioned coming into the store. That's where it's so important to come into the store and see them with your own eyes, touch the leathers, touch the fabrics, see
Makes all the
patterns.
difference.
It's completely different. You just set the fabric in front of someone and they touch it, and you know what the reaction is.
And see, the way I am, I go online to just get an idea of how many options I have and what kind of things before I go into the store, so that I know, okay, I can ask an intelligent question. But it is overwhelming. I could never pick out a sofa or a chair from just being online. I need to sit in it. I need to feel it. And you're right, the fabrics, they do have, a different texture. Some of them are fluffier than others, and there's the ones you just sink into, and they're the ones that if Ray sank into them, we'd never get him out of. So you've got to be, the Goldilocks thing to me really works. Coming into the store and finding the one that fits you, and then finding all the different things that it can do.
And talk about it's just a conversation. How do you live in here? How do you do you eat in here? Do you not eat in here? What happens in this? How does this life happen in this space? And now let's talk about how we can plug in the gaps for you on that.
And what
it's
would you
your
like
life.
to do? What's your
Yeah,
dream?
yeah.
Do you have a dream of being able to have
Yeah.
everybody reclining, watching TV?
We're all
and-
about the dream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And my dream has come true. Yours, Uncle Henry?
My dream has come true, no doubt. No
we
doubt.
get away from the nightmares.
That's the sofa that's in Scuba
moving-
that was not Lazy Boy.
Move away from the nightmares.
We have to take a break for weather and news and then come back with more with Lazy Boy Cowabunga.
Cowabunga!
This is a Blue
Bloomberg Market Minute. Stocks are little change to kick off the week. It's going to be a busy one for Wall Street. Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen delivers her semi-annual monetary policy report to Congress. First to the House, then to the Senate, and this starts on Wednesday. And JP Morgan, Citigroup, and Wells Fargo ready to start second quarter earnings season this Friday. Private equity firm Apollo Global Management is buying country club operator Club Corp for $1.1 billion. The company owns or operates more than 200 private clubs that serves 430,000 members. Roche's experimental hemophilia drug is seen rocking the market after a test reassured doctors about its safety and showed it could reduce bleeds by 87%. Roche is shaking up the $8 billion hemophilia market as it attempts to branch out beyond oncology. And Toyota launched its redesigned Camry today. The change is part of the carmaker's plan to stem the tide of buyers abandoning sedans in droves. The Camry, top-selling passenger car for the last 15 years in the U.S. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
Tomorrow morning at 5. Syria. Uncle Henry. Check. Has his checklist. Judge Neil Gorsuch. News, weather, traffic. Boom. Entertainment. Boom. Check. News Radio 710. WNTM. Now, Gulf Coast weather from Local 15.
From Local 15, I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Dunn with your weekend weather outlook. And you can expect more storms both Saturday and Sunday. Heading out to Pensacola Beach for the Blue Angels, keep a watchful eye to the sky, not only for the Blues, but also for some storms. Highs around 90, both Saturday and Sunday. I'm meteorologist Chris Dunn for Local 15 News and this iHeart radio station.
This report is brought to you by Dove Men Plus Care. Did you hear that 91% of guys that use Dove Men Plus Care antiperspirant recommend it? Dove Men Plus Care user Bobby said he doesn't know how it works, but it gets the job done. That's good enough for me, Bobby. Pick up some new Dove Men Plus Care antiperspirant for yourself at your local retailer.
Mercedes-Benz is a call like no other. We're offering leasing specials to fit any budget, only at Mercedes-Benz of Mobile. If you thought you couldn't afford a Mercedes, think again. Mercedes-Benz of Mobile has your lifestyle and budget in mind. Come and visit our showroom on Dolphin Street or go to mbmobile.com for details. When I say affordable, I really mean it. Only at Mercedes-Benz of Mobile.
I don't like compromise, which means I don't want adjusting my underwear every other set until it becomes part of my routine. Solution? Frigo by RevolutionWear.com. Underwear reimagined. I stay cool, dry, and focused on my next rep, not tugging and grabbing and putting things back in place. Frigo by RevolutionWear.com is as high-tech as you can get with underwear. No pinching, no pulling, no restricting. Buy Frigo online now at RevolutionWear.com. The revolution starts below.
Smart Home America can teach you how to save money by fortifying your home, improving your energy efficiency, and by buying just the right homeowner's insurance coverage. Learn at smarthomeamerica.org.
At Progressive, we think your custom cupcake shop is first class. Yeah, your cupcakes were first class from your first day of cupcake class right up till you graduated. First in your class. And a first-class, first-in-class top brass like yourself deserves Progressive Business Insurance. With over 30 business and vehicle options, you'll feel like you and your cupcakes are flying. First class. So move your center of mass to progressivecommercial.com real fast. Now you're cooking with gas. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates.
Hey guys, pardon the advertising interruption to your radio program. Do yourself a favor and please listen carefully. If you have tried or wanted to try Viagra or other male prescriptions in the last few years, you need to hear about Noxitril, the super pill that will transform your sex life forever. You see, Noxitril has been formulated and developed in U.S. FDA labs, and it's the real deal. Noxitril works, period. Strong, explosive results that increase blood flow fast. And best of all, there are no side effects like prescription meds. After years of research, the developers of Noxitril got it right. This remarkable pill is off the charts. Right now, we encourage you to take advantage of our incredible free bottle offer. So what are you waiting for? Noxitril, it's that good.
Call now and find out how to get a free bottle of Noxitril while supplies last. Call 1-800-992-9130. That's 800-992-9130. Free bottles for a limited time, so call now. 800-992-9130. 800-992-9130.
For more information about contests on this station, go to newsradio710.com/rules.
Fox News Radio. I'm Paul Stevens. The White House playing defense on a New York Times story saying that President Trump's son, Donald Jr., met with a lawyer tied to the Kremlin last June. Counselor to the president, Kellyanne Conway.
He goes into the meeting. He says it was vague, it was ambiguous, it was very obvious almost immediately that there was no helpful or meaningful information, and that the meeting quickly turned over to the matter of Russian adoption, which was probably the pretext for the entire meeting from the beginning. No information was gained, no action was taken, no follow-up whatsoever.
Conway appearing on Fox and Friends. An Ohio police officer fighting for his life after being shot multiple times during a domestic call.
We're told his vitals are good following surgery last night, but the Uniontown police chief is asking for prayers. He says the officer needs more procedures. The gunman was killed when officers returned fire.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. Fox News, we report. You decide.
Back here on News Radio 710 WNTM. If you've just tuned in, you can watch us on the News Radio 710 WNTM Facebook page and see our guests here from Lazy Boy, Cowabunga.
Cowabunga!
Bess is here along with Tommy Mack and Daria. Mary is here from Mix 99.9. If you just tuned in, you missed me talking about and showing my dining room. I just had Tommy Mack come in and do just a fantastic job in my dining room. Maybe we can. Can we show a quick picture of the dining room?
Yeah, that's the
empty dining room.
That's
There it is.
that's amazing.
Right.
That is
Yes.
just gorgeous.
Yes, beautiful. And so we talked about that, and we also talked about Mary's, her experience with Daria helping with her living room. We've shared our stories of having house calls that transformed our homes. I'm sure you have some other stories about other people.
We do. Even just last week, we had a really cute couple that was downsizing. They have a house in Gulf Shores, and it's pretty big, and they're moving 4 houses down. They're a very active family. They have a young child and lots of family and friends and cousins that come visit them. As he joked, when you have a beach house, you gain friends that you didn't know you had, and family.
Cousins,
So
third cousin twice removed. Yeah, we're coming to the beach. Right.
They had so they had sold their house, the previous house, and the people that bought it wanted a lot of the things that were already in the home, as a lot of people do. So they wanted to start over. So they came to us and needed to do their family room and his football room, because his buddies come over in football, and he says
Uncle Henry's extremely interested in
Well,
that.
I've not heard this discussed at length, the design of a football room.
A football
I can't
room.
wait to hear this.
Because just for his guys, he's like, and then the ladies. Yeah. The ladies go into the other room. They wanted a room for the ladies to go into because you can't talk during the game.
Well, now serious football girls can go in there.
Yeah, only if. But in this case, he just said he didn't have any. Yeah, football tests.
Yeah.
So, he wanted to recline, and he wanted all of his buddies to be able to see the television. And then we did the family room because they have, like I said, a lot of guests and cousins and visitors. And then we did another sunroom for the kids. They wanted a room where there was no TV. They liked to play games. They wanted, a fun room. So we did sort of a Auburn-themed fun room.
Why are you doing this? Go back, please.
Did you
Can I-
spoil it by
can-
saying Auburn?
No, can we just rewind to the TV room and how you did that? What did you do in this football room?
Well, what we did was, it was mainly about seating. So the room was really, really large, and they were kind of lost on where the TV should go and
Okay.
how we could get the best viewing. So that's
Okay.
what we did, like we did with Mary and the CAD. We're able to measure everything, move the furniture around. I showed them 3 different scenarios, and we landed on one that we all agreed was the best for the most TV watching.
Okay.
And what kind of furniture did you do?
Oh, reclining leather. What do you think? Reclining leather. Period.
That was wonderful.
Period.
Reclining in leather.
In leather, yes.
Power?
Power, yes.
Power! Reclining in leather power.
He got power. His guests did not get power, but
Well, they
he
don't
got
need it.
power.
They don't.
That's
I
right.
like this even better.
That's what he felt.
Exactly. That you have the power, but the guests, they can't have the power.
No, you can't give them the power. It's wrong.
They might want to change the channel.
Yeah.
All right. So you set it up maximum viewing
and seating.
Fantastic.
Tables, coffee table, rug for sound. The room was really, really large and hardwood floors, and it's really important to have a rug in a room because lots of reasons, function, but sound, because it echoes without a rug. Don't you agree, Tommy?
Yes.
You have to.
Helps with the acoustics wonderfully well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I apologize for jumping in on this football room. You did other rooms. Anything you want to tell us about the other rooms?
The other room was a really large room off the kitchen, and again, they wanted just a gathering space. The television was already mounted over the fireplace, so we were already able to just sort of make that room happen. And again, they wanted leather. They have a young child. And we did leather in there, and then
lasts 4 times as long.
And leather is very forgiving,
and easy to clean. You know, easy to wipe up.
About the cow.
Yeah. So that room was fun. And
you had to go there.
That's right.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So.
And then the final room, the sunroom. You know, we themed it up.
Let's go back to the family room, the big room. Now, was that an open floor plan?
It was. It had 3 of the walls were windows.
Okay. Wow.
So one of them had a fireplace, but still had windows, and then the fourth wall was open to the kitchen. Yeah. Really large
and
kitchen.
And those are challenging rooms.
Yes.
Because everything sort of floats in there.
It floats.
So
and
how did you address all that?
Well, I addressed it by, of course, again, it was seating, but just the weight of the room, you know, all the light over on this side made the left side of the room seem light and airy and floating. So that's why we put all the heavy furniture, gave it some weight to the left to balance it out. And you still had to work with the traffic pattern because you did have to go from the kitchen, the family room, into the sunroom to outside. So that was important to try to make sure that's was
hard to do.
Clear.
Yeah, I think that's been one of our biggest challenges. Is an open concept is so nice for a family, you know, because whoever's in the kitchen can still be a part, and everybody. It's really goes back to that early American concept of a keeping room, you know, where everything was in one room.
Yes.
You know, but the challenge is. Everything is now in one room.
That's right. That's right.
So how do you make this room work, feel good, look good? Because like you said, there were no real walls.
Right.
There's nothing to back it up a sofa to. There's you have to really think it through.
Creative,
how you want that to work for everybody.
Yes, and again with the rug, the foundation, because the furniture's floating, if you will, that means no walls around it. A rug is very important at this point because it grounds the entire seating section.
Creates a boundary.
Creates a boundary.
Connection.
Yeah,
connects it.
Very important.
It's the connecting factor. So it's not just you've been in rooms before and you may not have recognized where it just it's like. Is there something in here?
Yeah, right. Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, there's no story, there's no focus. So, and those are challenging to create.
They are, and they're super happy. They're very, very excited. So, even the little boy was excited. He came to the presentation as well. So, and the husband was so involved, which is so nice because whether or not they want to get involved, they are involved. It is their room.
It's his football room.
He's
involved.
Yeah, he's involved.
I mean, you saw how Uncle Henry got interested.
That's what we've worked for all of our lives.
Exactly.
So yes, yes, of course.
It's your literal goal.
Yeah. Ooh, touchdown Bess.
It's Monday.
But the thing I love about this, Uncle Henry, this whole discussion is it's not just, hey, we can sell you some furniture and you can plop it down in your space. It's helping you do the most with the space you've got, helping everything fit, a sense of balance that we can feel, but we don't know how to create. You know how to create, and that's why we need you. And that's just the complexity of Lazy Boy that I don't think a lot of people realize, that the work that all the designers at Lazy Boy can do in your home, and it's it's part of the whole service.
Well, that word goal that you used, Bess, because the thing you kept asking me when you first came to a house call at my house was, how did I want to feel in the room? How do you want to feel in this room? And that's the basis of it, isn't it?
That's right.
It is.
In our tech language, what is your messaging? Your room is your messaging component.
Well, we know the message from the football room.
Oh, yeah, that was all right. That one was a gimme. But
and Uncle Henry, when a lot of people say, well, comfortable. Well, comfortable isn't just physical; it's also mentally. When you literally are relaxed,
right,
in the room, your mind is put at ease. That's a big
how do you want to feel, and what are you going to use the room for?
And you can do that with color and space and
Textures.
and texture and
Yes.
the balance you were talking about. Even with the wall hangings and everything, just finding the right thing that doesn't. I would just put something on a wall, and you're like, no, if you have this space too far from this space, it's going to create tension. I wouldn't know that, but you know that.
One of the big issues is mistakes are very expensive.
And we fear making a mistake.
And you don't want, this is to eliminate error. Like I was working with a darling friend down in Pensacola, and she fell in love with one of our sectionals, one of those big, wonderful grain leather, top-stitched sectionals, and it looked like her room, open concept back room, it looked like it would accommodate that because the room seemed really big and already had a sectional. Well, when we measured it, it was like, well, you can have that, but what else do you want? Yeah, let's look at some alternatives. Had she gotten that sectional without us really sitting down and talking about it, she would have been miserable with it because it was not going to fit the room. It didn't fit the room because
gonna hog it, probably.
It was going to hog the room, and it wasn't going to take where she needed to go. But we did find 2 solutions for her, and so they're coming in for their presentation next week. But it was like, just sit down. Let's talk about why you wanted that sectional, what it did, and how we can make that idea work in your room without making a big mistake. So that's what it's about, is when you're coming in and it's mistake free.
That's the great thing about that CAD presentation is you can show us that. Like you said, it's a visual thing, and most of us can't visualize it. But with that technology, you can show us this is what would happen if you put that great big thing in here. You're going to feel like.
I know. I had a friend that, and also talking about the internet, I had a friend who needed this chest. I'm sorry.
I've heard this story, and you need to tell it. It's very important.
But
very important.
It was for a bedroom, and it was supposed to be like a chest of drawers for a bedroom, like a big standard chest that you would be able to actually put your things in.
Right.
And this person did not.
They didn't look closely enough.
Didn't look closely enough and consider the size, the dimensions. Well, it came in. It was a bedside.
Oh
no!
It was so small. It was just a nightstand kind of thing, right? Yeah.
But that's a very expensive
mistake. Exactly. Very expensive mistake, and we don't want to make those.
How big is it supposed to be? You don't know how big should it be. The other thing is in traffic. When you plot out the room, it's like 3 feet is the rule of thumb to get through.
Yes.
Okay.
That's kind of your.
So you're not squishing through. Okay.
To feel.
Wheelchair standard anyway.
Yeah. I mean, you can fudge on it a little bit, but
not much.
Not much. Yeah.
We have to take a break. We're going to come back with more with our guests from Lazy Boy. Cowabunga.
Cowabunga.
I met someone. You hear it a lot from people on Match because more people have met their someone on Match than on any other dating app. Everyone wants to find that meaningful connection, and Match is not only #1 in first, but second dates too. Now here's a free offer for our listeners. Go to Match.com/AM for 7 days free. That's 7 days completely free to search, view photos, and connect. This free offer is found at Match.com/AM. That's Match.com/AM. Match.com/AM.
This is Uncle Henry. I want to tell you about Dr. Thomas Bender and Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. We love living on the Gulf Coast. We love all the fun activities, the fishing, the golf. But years of being out in the elements, well, that can accelerate damage to your skin. That can accelerate the aging process of your skin. Dr. Bender can help you with that. Dr. Bender is a board-certified dermatologist. He provides the latest innovations in medical skincare and cosmetic skincare, and he also has all the latest technology. He's got 3 convenient locations, Mobile, Daphne, and Bay Minette. You can find out more about Dr. Bender and all of the services he provides by going online. The website is advanceddermclinic.com. That's advanceddermclinic.com. You can make an appointment there online, or you can call for your appointment. The number is 251-631-3570. That's Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center.
Don't do what I did and run out. If it's working, don't quit. Why would you stop? Why undo all the good that's been accomplished?
You've got to feed them right for life.
Dynovite is
nutrition.
If I ever took Roy off of Dynavite.
No.
When I get to about 3/4.
When I get down to the bottom of my box of Dynavite, oh no, I've got a couple more scoops. It's time to place my order. Dynavite.com. DINOVITE.com.
859-428-1000.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynavite for your dog this week.
We'll send you a bottle of LicoChaps free.
New improved LicoChaps with omega-6, omega-3, vitamin E,
And now 6 extra direct-fed microbials.
even better for the digestive tract and immune system.
Try LicoChaps.
Free this week at Dynavite.com.
Just feed your dog right. Use Dynavite.
Dynavite for life.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
If you have a tree problem, call Donnie Chastang at Chastang's Tree Service for a free estimate. Telephone number 251-342-4667. Donnie Chastang with Chastang's Tree Service. Back here on News Radio 710 WNTM with Lazy Boy Cowabunga.
Cowabunga!
Bess is here, Daria, Tommy Mack, Mary from 99.9. We either work with Lazy Boy or have had Lazy Boy come in and transform our homes. Now, Bess, in the last segment, we had a house call that Daria was on, and you wanted to follow something up?
Yeah, we got hung up on the football room.
I apologize for that.
She'd worked with a Darling family who had downsized a bit. They wanted, and she had worked with the open floor plan family room, the football room, but we never got to the children's sun porch and what they wanted to have happen there. So I just wanted to spend another minute or so before we move into to Tommy Mack's big deal too. He has a story to tell too.
Yeah, they had the third room that they wanted for the children and the cousins, so they love to play board games. And we did a table for board games, and then we did really durable fabrics. We have the iClean fabric.
Oh, yay, tell us about that.
Because that is,
anyone with kids needs to know
anyone with
this.
kids needs to know about this because
Anyone with husbands needs to know.
Husbands, exactly. They're the worst. Yes. So yeah, we took that into consideration as far as the function of the room, and then just made it fun. They wanted lots of color, and we did a durable rug that also was good for the kids, and they did a little bar. We had a little bar thing set in the corner, so it's just a fun room to relax. And she's got some surfboards, so she was inspired by the surfboards, and she's going to hang those on the wall.
Cool.
So, a true coastal feel.
Absolutely.
Yes.
For the 3 days a year we can surf.
That's right. True that.
But they're ready. They're ready.
They're prepared.
Tommy Mack, what did you have?
Oh, we have a new family just moved to Mobile.
Oh, nice.
And they wanted their living room, which is large with a lot of natural light, to be well-dressed. So in that room, it's also comfortable, but in well-dressed, we brought in for fabrics tapestries, and for the wood pieces, some well-finished and polished deeper wood tones. To also mix in with some gold leafing that is on some of the furniture and framing of the art that we brought into the room, and also incorporated some silver leaf. They had a beautiful mirror and a silver leaf that we'll use in the room. Also on the rug, nice little texture of some silk mixed in with that rug. So that brought a nice polished, finished, and very traditional effect into the room that they wanted.
That's nice. And they needed this so they could entertain?
Oh, yes. Well, they'll entertain, of course, family and friends. I'd already had family come in before everything is even brought into the room. And the church parishioners, of course, will be entertaining a lot. It's a large
this was
church.
a minister.
Yes, it's a very large church in Mobile, so they'll be coming by whether they're in... Anyway, they'll be coming by. Whoa. And while I was there, now they are not of Baptist faith, but that's all right. But while I was there,
I think we got that.
While I was there visiting and getting to know the people in the room, there was a knock on the door, and it was one of their lovely neighbors. And I thought, ooh, I recognize that voice. So of course I peeped over to be a little nosy, and it was someone, of course, from of the Baptist faith, bringing them a wonderful covered dish, welcoming them to the neighborhood. Yes, welcoming.
That's really sweet.
Oh goodness.
So I just love the way that whatever the feel you're looking for, Lazy Boy can take care of it, whether it's the coastal
Oh,
feel and the kids
absolutely.
with the sunroom and the durable fabrics, or whether it's, the polished look for entertaining. And like you said, the room messages, it sends out the message that you're wanting to send out to people. Messaging is all about it.
We're messaging.
Yes.
Even in this polished, well-dressed room, it's wonderful comfort. The
It's
pieces
welcoming.
for them to sit down, and that's where they're going to have their morning coffee, and they love music. So that's where they're going to be using an old Victrola that'll be brought into the room that they
Oh,
already
wow.
have. So that'll be,
And
their
they
way
are.
of
They
listening
had-
to the music.
Because when you were showing the presentation to me, when Tommy and I were talking right before they came, you said, well, these are the pieces, that they want to keep. So they really are very musically focused, and it
Yes.
reflects who they are, which goes back to when we were talking about the art earlier, where, and Tommy had taken pieces that they they wanted and incorporated them. It's going to be a beautiful room.
And then so I'm hoping that Baptist lady who lives on the street will go back and visit, because we also
And
did
she'll
the
become a
foyer,
Methodist.
and that way when the door opens, she'll go, oh, wow.
Because they had some beautiful religious icons also.
Yes, and
that
that's
they,
going to be the focal point of that
of the
foyer.
entrance hall.
And
yeah,
brought in some
yeah.
wonderful gray wash tones in that room. It's a nicely dressed with beautiful detailed reading on the chest with an antiqued mirrored reflection that'll show off their beautiful foyer rug and the lighting in that room with that icon. It's going to be
That they
very
collected.
exciting.
Don't you just love the way they think?
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
Seriously, I think of, okay, there's a piece of furniture here, and where do I put this piece of furniture? Oh, it'll fit there. But the way to listen to Daria and Tommy and Bess talk about how things fit together and the reasoning behind it and helping you get the right feel.
Give
and
us a
everything.
paper bag and a pillow, honey. We're right with it.
Well, and that's just amazing.
Notes, not notes, but a symphony.
Well, it is, and that is exactly it. I'm like the squawking violin when the kid first learns to play it when it comes to me decorating. But you bring it all together, and I love the way you incorporate things that are important to the families and bring it all together to get the feel that they want. And I love that. The football room, the kids' room, the polished room for entertaining, and I'm fascinated by this because I can't do it. I need you.
Well, you're not supposed to. This is a disciplined study. I mean, you study radio. Your life has been committed to being, a spokesperson out there and a host, and being able to take in all this information and entertain on air. How would you have learned this other part? That's why we're here, because you've focused and done a beautiful job on your career, which is in radio, in media. It's awesome. But that takes a lot of energy, plus having a family. You can't do this too. This is, well, I guess you could.
I
if you
can't. I
didn't
don't see it.
If
I
you
don't
wanted to know those.
We-
I'm going to learn this.
We're out of time.
I will know.
We're out of time. We have about 20 seconds left. You've heard these stories. If you want to have a story of your own, get in touch with Lazy Boy.
And everybody does have a story. Everybody does. We've never seen somebody without a story.
That's true.
So,
Mobile,
Lazy Boy.
Pensacola, Spanish for
yes,
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga.